Okay? The whole earth is at rest. So you're telling me how Esau, man, Moab ain't at rest. Moab's going to work 40 hours just the same way as you. The only difference is he gets to work that without the curses, man. That's the only difference. But he's still catching all kind of hell, man. Okay? But see, when the Most High reestablishes us, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, as kings and princes, right, upon the face of the planet, and we ain't talking about this person going into office and that person being voted in and all of this, that, and the third. You just got King David ruling, okay? When that gets established, man, hey, you're going to have all kind of peace upon earth. Now, let's just clarify that, because you got some guys out there that are also saying that the heathen's going to be employees within the kingdom of heaven. Okay? That's not what the scripture says. The scripture just told you here, that which you have already hold fast until I come. And he that overcometh and giveth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken, even as I have received from my Father. So if that's the instructions, if that's the glory and the honor that the Most High is going to bestow upon his people, okay, if that's what he's got coming for them, all right, where'd you get employees out of that? Where'd you get employees out of that? Well, you don't, okay, because the scriptures got it to where these heathens going to be subjects, man. They're going to be slaves, man. Okay, right? You got it to where America apparently doesn't deal with no slaves. No, they don't deal with private slaves, but they deal with corporate slaves, man. Okay, because on the stock market you're traded, okay, which is nothing but the modern day place where Esau sells, slaves, people, okay, gold, oil, silver, all of them things. That's just the modern day way he does it now. In the olden times, you'd have been out there on the streets and say, oh, how much do you want this for this Negro? Okay, how much do you want this for this Negro girl or whatever, man? How much do you want this for the little Negro boy or whatever? Okay, now you're just having that happen out there in the background somewhere on the stock market, and they're just trading your debt, all right? Because you're subject to paying your debts, so they just trade your debt. That's how you just transfer them slaves. Okay, that slave, you got this much amount of debt. We're gonna sell you over here. Now you're subject onto here. That's why when you can't pay off certain things, they just pass you off onto the next person, man. Hell, let's say you go out there and you buy an Apple computer or something. You buy it on what's the system they got out there? You buy it on credit. Okay. Once you can't pay that credit back off, guess what? They just move you on to the next company. You can't just get transferred masters, man. You just get transferred masters within this kingdom. Okay, but see, when the Most High reestablishes you, that's my subject. Okay, you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're gonna get what the scripture says. You're gonna be broken as a vessel of a potter, man. That's gonna be the judgment. Okay, so let's get back within the scriptures. Back in the book of Amos, the 9th chapter, on 11th verse, and says, "And in that day would I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I raise up his ruins." Okay, because you're talking about the original King David, not what they feed you out there within these different churches, man, but talking about the actual King David, which is a man of color. Okay, when he is established back upon the earth, where he's gonna reestablish his kingdom, man. Okay, by way of and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which ultimately actually you're gonna have it to where Yahushua is gonna establish his kingdom. The Most High is gonna establish his kingdom within the earth. Okay, we're gonna have it to where Yahushua is ruling, where King David underneath him. Okay, and then his men underneath him. Okay, well, their ruins is gonna have to be raised up. But see, the scripture talks about how the Most High is gonna build it even more perfect this time, man. This time you ain't gonna have it to where you're gonna have to fortify the walls and so on and so forth. I have it to where we're gonna fight, the Philistines, which is the Hamitic nations. We're gonna go to war with the Philistines, and once they've been shut down, we're gonna go to war with Moab, and then after that's shut down, you're gonna have to war with. No, the scripture says we ain't gonna learn a war anymore, man. Okay, the scripture says you ain't gonna. Once the kingdom is established, you ain't gonna learn a war anymore. So if you're establishing your kingdom within this kingdom, like you got some guys out there in the ISUPK, well, you're still gonna have to, battle. Well, Esau's learning battle out there, man. So that goes to show you can't do it in that because when Moses said when that was going to happen, you was going to have it to where these nations don't learn a war anymore. But see, that comes off with the back of one simple idea, man. Okay, why are these nations not gonna rise up against each other or anything like that? Well, they're gonna have the top dogs, okay, the top rulers ruling over them and telling them, look, this is what you do, and if they don't do that, they just get their heads bashed in, man. Okay, they're gonna have it to where the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans is gonna be so powerful, spiritually, physically, and all of that, that if they even think to do something like that, they're gonna receive the judgment, man. Okay, so a nation rising up over here and coming up against that ain't gonna happen within the kingdom of the Most High. The Most High said they're gonna learn how to raise up the best wine, for instance, man. They're gonna know the perfect way to have apples, man. Okay, that's what these heathens go. They see you go into it. Esau is such a master craftsman, and these Germans are such master craftsmen when it comes to ICBM nuclear missiles. Well, the same thing is gonna be in the kingdom, only that it's gonna be with fruit, man. Okay. Because the scripture says they ain't going to learn that they're going to turn their swords into pruning hooks and so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to be doing. You're going to be chilling. Okay? That's what the Most High is going to establish. But for now, hey, the judgment's going to be placed down, man. America has to be destroyed regardless of whoever's in office is going to be destroyed. And there ain't nothing you can do that's going to stop that. Okay? All right? All of these things is going to happen, man. Why? Because the scripture says that's what my word is going out for. And it ain't going to return unto him void, man. Okay? So back within the book of Amos, the 9th chapter and 11th verse, it says, and in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I'll raise up his ruins, and I'll build it as in the days of old. Okay, and it says that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and on all of the heathen which are called by my name. So the scripture's telling you right there that the Most High we're going to possess them. When someone employs you, they can say, okay, look, I'm going to clock off now. I'm going to go home. When I own you, you're going home when I tell you you're going to go home. Okay? Even if you've been given a home. Okay? Because they're still going to be rank and file. You're going to have some certain heathens that, they're going to have a slightly higher position than the rest of them. But when I say slightly higher, because they're all guys. They're all at the bottom, man. Okay? They're all going to be at the bottom. But, I ain't going to have it to where Esau's going to be, a house job. Okay? He's going to be out there within the pits, man. Okay? And you might have it to where, you got Elam in the, in the kitchen or something like that. You might have it to where you got, Moab got to stay out the kitchen, man, because he'll cook you out some rat. Okay? But ultimately, there's going to be a certain way we're going to be doing certain things, man. Okay? There's going to be a rank and file in how we conduct our business. But ultimately, the point I was making was this. Okay? They're still going to be subjects, man. Okay? They're still going to be underneath, our feet, man. Okay? So back within the book of Obadiah, the 9th chapter, that's why we're going to possess their lands, man. Okay? So, really, I want to go back to Isaiah, the 13th chapter. And this is the 4th verse again. So it says, the noise of a multitude, right, in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms gathered together, the Lord of hosts, master of the hosts of battle. So you had it to where that happened in the ancient history. Okay? You had it to where the Assyrians came up against what was this? The Babylonians, rather more. Okay, went up against the Medo-Persians. I forget what exact battle it was. Okay, they went up, they battled against each other. Okay, and the Medo-Persians came up on top. All right, and you got a parallel happening. But only this time, you ain't gonna have it to where Russia's gonna come out on top or America's gonna come out on top. Okay, so you got it to where the Medes, they came out on top in the prior history. But see, you ain't gonna have that happening to where the Russians gonna come up in the in the future history, the near future history. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have a situation where the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the Israelites are established upon the face of the earth, man. Okay, see, that's what all of these people don't understand, man. They see these wars, these people, okay, preparing for war. Okay, they see NATO. And NATO's and the EU are saying they want, the EU are saying they want their own army, because really NATO's, damn near a separate entity from the EU. But they're saying, how you doing, man? You all right? Yeah. You believe in the scriptures? Just looking. Well, you can look elsewhere, You can look elsewhere. You're not gonna answer questions, All right. So you got NATO. Okay, and the EU are wanting to establish a new, their own army and so on and so forth, man. Okay, they wanting to establish another army, right, aside from NATO, because they feel they are underprotected. So you got all of these things happening, and people think, oh, we're gonna go to World War III, and Russia's gonna take over the world, or China's gonna, because the Chinese, they believe they're gonna be the next superpower, or the Russians think they're gonna be the next superpower. See, but the fact that the people don't get to understand and get through their heads is this is all happening for one express purpose, man. So these kingdoms can mutually destroy each other, and out of the ashes, as it were, is going to be the phoenix that is the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, which are the Israelites, man. They're going to be rising up, and they're going to be the rulers of it. Okay, so the non-factor is going to become the most important factor because it was always the most important factor. That's why the book of Zechariah, the 14th chapter on the 12th verse says, this shall be the plague wherewith all the people that are fought against Jerusalem shall smite the whole earth. So you're going to get people getting ICBM nuclear missiles hitting them. They ain't going to be knowing why it's happened. Okay, but ultimately within their spirit, they're going to know why it's happened because they went off in judgment against the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. They might have looked at a Jake the wrong way. They might have stepped in front of a Jake in the wrong manner. Okay, they might have disrespected the Negro or Hispanic or Native American that happens to be of the elect, or really all of Israel, because the Most High said they liken unto the pupil of his eye. His principal focus is the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, right? To even further elaborate on that point, the scripture talks about how the nations are as a drop of a bucket, man, and the Lord counteth the isles as a very little thing. But as for the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, hey man, you mess with them, you got to answer to the Most High, okay? And that's the same thing that's happening for America. They mess with the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. They're going to have to answer to the Most High by way of those ICBM nuclear missiles coming from China, coming from Russia, coming from Iran. Okay? And they're gonna destroy that place, man. As you're going to see within the scriptures, that's the reason for me pulling it. The scripture talks about how the Lord's going to turn that into a desert wasteland, man. Okay, here it is. You got all of these nice palatial palaces, and you got, club over there, food place over there. Okay, you're chilling, you're nice, you're relaxing. And all of a sudden, boom, in one day the judgment is, hey, scripture talks about how judgment is going to come within that 1 hour, man. Okay, that's why the scripture also says in the book of, was it 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, how that in, let me get that, because that really clarifies the time that we're in right now, man. That brings to light what the times that we're living right now, because people they think we're in a state of peace. Okay, World War III ain't gonna play out anymore, which is just madness, because that's World War III is written about within the scriptures. That's written about within the scriptures. How is it that it's not gonna play out? That's meaning to say that the prophecies are just false, man. Hey man, if the prophecies is false, I might as well just jump off a bridge, man, because we need salvation out of this place, man. You need salvation out of this place, man. Okay, you got kids. Your kids is gonna grow up in the most deranged state they could ever grow up in. You got a woman. Your woman's gonna come out with some madness, man. Okay, she's gonna come home with some madness and try to infect you with her poison. Okay, or you work some type of job and you make some kind of money. Well, guess what? You're working like a slave, man. You ain't got no time to be doing and living, spending the money you so-called earning off of Esau scraps. Okay, that's why the Most High said, look, this is what I'm gonna give you. Okay, that's what you're going to be looking into. You forget love in your life. There ain't nothing to love within this society. I kind of get it. Back when the Lord was on the scene, you can kind of get it because the world, the earth, was a certain manner. Okay, you could go out there and farm and turn that into a whole damn empire, man. Okay, you can't do that within this society. A lot of people don't even know how to farm. Okay. All right, but getting back onto the point, not to stray too far away from the point, you got these people talking about, means of being in peace and, we're returning back onto the glory days and so on and so forth. Well, they're completely, out of their mind because that's not what the scripture says. So the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter on the 1st verse, it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. So you ain't got, you should know this already, man. You should know that the Lord's coming already. You ain't seen multiple earthquakes. Haven't you been seeing all kind of celestial bodies within the skies, man? Red moons, okay, blood moons, okay, eclipses and so on and so forth. You haven't been seeing that? Well, those were the signs, okay? Those were the signs written aforetime that the Lord was going to be coming back. Okay, and what more do you need? Those were the signs that the Most High put forth, saying, look, when this happens, that's when I'm going to return, and you're seeing that. But because Donald Trump is in office, you think, oh no, that's cool. Everything's going to return back onto normal. Now, hey, for Esau, it makes sense because Esau ain't got no hope. Okay? Esau ain't got no hope. The scripture talks about how he ain't going to have received no mercy. Okay? The scripture talks about how they was going to return and build the desolate places and the Most High was going to throw them down, man. Okay? That's the judgment appointed unto the wicked, man. That's the judgment. That's the lot that the Most High has appointed unto Esau. Okay? But as for the Negroes, Hispanics, the Lord said, look, I got a kingdom waiting for you, man. You just have to not look. Hey, what do you think about Donald Trump getting in office?
Crazy.
It's crazy, yeah? Good. All right? But getting back onto the point I was saying, but see, people, they can formulate basic opinions like crazy, madness. happy, joy. And that this goes to show you that really Esau is he's good at his job, man. He's good at deceiving the people, because he can have these people in such a deranged state. But as long as you can express one simple emotion, for instance, you go out there into the shop, okay, you've been working all kind of hours, all kind of crazy hours, okay, but you're gonna feel that sense of great satisfaction when you buy that iPhone or something. Okay, or when you see something tragic happen and they show you all of these emotional pictures of, but you can't formulate no thoughts, no reasons. Who's making you do these things? Okay, all right. That's why the scripture talks about how the Most High had it to where Esau's poured out a great flood across these people, or is it a great darkness upon these people? Okay, you can't formulate thoughts. Your thoughts are formulated for you. Your opinions are formulated for you. They tell you what to like. Okay, they tell you can't like that. Okay, you can't like Russia. You can't like China. Okay, all right, but you can like great America or Europe or whatever, or England. Okay, your opinions are formulated for you, but these people are such on a base level. Okay, what's up, man? All right, they're on such a base level, okay, that they can't go to the next step and say, okay, why am I feeling like that? Oh, that's why. And then, you build up, man. But getting back onto the point, 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter and the 1st verse, it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. So the Lord was going to come as a thief in the night, meaning to say what, man? It'll be a day out there, peace, you're in Macy's, you're, with your girl, you're chilling or whatever, you're in your Mackie D's or whatever, okay? And you're chilling, all right? And the Lord said, in that moment of peace, man, in a moment when you're thinking, oh, look, nothing bad is ever going to happen, that's when the Most High was going to throw this kingdom down, man. Okay, that's when the Most High was going to have it to where Russia presses the button. We say, look, we're tired of America. Boom, let's go. Notwithstanding, look, you're going to have it to where World War III is playing out there in the Middle East. But as far as these people are concerned, as long as the war is somewhere way, way out there, man, they don't care. Here it is, you got it to where these so-called countries like Venezuela, Brazil, and so on and so forth, they're becoming like third world countries, man, of which Brazil really was always the third world country, but you got all kind of natural resources and minerals. You think they'll be able to get their collective together, okay, and set up something, but because that goes to show you who is really in power, because who you got in Brazil? You got the Israelites in Brazil. Okay, but who gets all of the wealth that's in Brazil? Esau. Okay, so you go, hey, get back up to the point of Gehenna. Okay, you got Gehenna talking about how you gonna set up a kingdom within it. Well, look, man, there's places like Nigeria, places like Brazil, places like Venezuela, places where there's natural resources, and those people there, the Israelites, they can't even use those resources. Esau comes up in there, he takes it, he steals it. Okay, and then he goes off with the prophets, man. Okay, you can't be setting up. How you gonna do that? What are you smarter than the predecessors? You are a billion predecessors that have tried to be one with Esau. Okay, the only conclusion that you can come with Esau is that he's the devil, he is the deceiver. Okay, and he is the man written about of the scriptures that heavy judgment was gonna come upon him, man. Right to the end that he was gonna be completely eradicated from the face of the earth, man. Okay, let's get back into the scriptures, man. So the scripture says here, the day of the Lord's gonna come as a thief in the night. So you're gonna be out there in a peaceful manner, and the Most High gonna send forth that judgment, man. Okay, the Lord's gonna send forth that judgment, and it's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit a lot of people wrong, man. Let's just be honest about it. Okay, because you got people out there. The same day the Lord's gonna send that judgment, they would have sent like their kids out there. They're at a job. Okay, all right, and the Most High just has it to where you get wiped off the face of the earth, man. Okay, you got some people out there, they might be out there having a beer in the park, walking or whatever. And the Most High is going to set forth that judgment, man. Okay? See, the Most High, people think the Lord is just this loving. Well, look, man, the person that created love also created hate, man. And the scripture talks about how he has a perfect hatred, okay? Especially for them that hate him, and who hates the Most High most other than Esau. Okay, the Esau said it within his own heart that he is the Most High. How much more hate is that? It's like your dad. Your dad formed you from the seed of his balls. Okay, and you're gonna establish yourself to be the father of the house. Okay, you the son is gonna say, look, I'm the father of the house. Okay, I made myself through some Big Bang theory. I made myself. When the father of the house is gonna come, he's gonna slap you in your face, man, right, and put you back in your place. Okay, not to rhyme, but I am an Israelite. All right, so back within the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter, 13th chapter on the 4th verse, it says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms and of nations gathered together, the Lord of hosts mustereth up the host of battle. It says they come from a far country, right? Even from the end of heaven, right? Even from the end of heaven, the weapons of the... Let me read that again. They come from a far country, right? From the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So it's going to be coming from them, you know, like I said, China, Russia, all of that. Okay, all of them different countries. Scripture talks about how Libya is going to be involved in this. Some certain ones of them Hamitic nations, they're going to be involved in it. Scripture talks about, you know, the Russians being involved in it. Okay, we know the Chinese is going to be involved in it. Okay, all of these nations, and we know ultimately Europe's going to turn against the whole. Okay. We know that through the scriptures in Revelations, the 17th chapter, how that America was incepted through the mouth of the lion, which is Britain. Okay, but it goes back onto the leopard, which is the Greeks, which came the Greco-Roman Empire. Okay, we know it was incepted by those factors. We know those factors is going to turn against them, because the scripture says, "Then the like confederacy have deceived thee." All right, and they have laid a wound for thee, man. Okay, so these so-called EU nations, right, when they see the magnitude of what America's really being used, well, it's not so much what the magnitude of what America's being used for, okay? It's sort of just that world is done with, man. There's no use for it, man. There's no more use for it, okay? All right, but when these different nations see that, man, they're gonna turn against the whole once they see that they can cut their losses by destroying America from the face of the planet, man. How exactly it's gonna play out? Oh, I tried describing it to you, but really I don't know, man. Okay, I could take a good guess at it, all right? But ultimately, hey, them things are just gonna have to wait and see until the Lord plays it out for us, man. And we'll be like, oh, that's what the scripture was, that's what it is, okay? All right, so getting back onto the scriptures, it says here within the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and the 6th verse, it says, how are ye? For the day of the Lord is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty, man. So, hey, this thing's gonna come as a destruction from the Almighty, man. Okay, all right, it's gonna come as destruction from the Almighty. Where if the scripture has said, right, they ain't gonna be left one stone upon another.